Hey everyone, and welcome back to Fix and Cruise. Today, we're diving into a crucial repair that can keep your engine running smoothly, replacing the low fuel pressure sensor. This often overlooked component plays a vital role in your vehicle's performance. When it goes bad, you might experience anything from rough idling and poor fuel economy to a dreaded check engine light, or even a no-start condition. The process we're about to see is pretty straightforward, but it involves a few critical safety steps, especially when dealing with the fuel system. Let's jump straight into the video to see how it's done, paying close attention to those important precautions. Sit back and take a watch.
In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace the low fuel pressure sensor. The first step is to remove the fuel pump relay and start the engine. This burns off any fuel pressure in the lines. You want to let the engine die out on its own. Then you're safe to work. Next, disconnect the battery and move it out of the way to give yourself some room. Now we're going to move the hose out of the way. Next, remove the fuel pressure sensor connector. Now before we unscrew anything, put some rags under the sensor because fuel will leak out. Also, make sure the engine is cool. You don't want to be dealing with fuel on a hot engine. Now grab a 12mm open end wrench and hold the fuel rail. And use a 15/16 deep socket to unscrew the old sensor. Now remove it and install the new sensor. But first, according to all data, let's add some engine oil to the threads. You want to thread it in by hand and give it a good snug. Now reconnect the sensor connector, hose, fuel pump relay, and plug the battery back in, and that's it. If you want to learn how to test and verify the sensor is actually bad before replacing it, click here.
All right, so we've just seen a clear step-by-step demonstration of how to replace a low fuel pressure sensor. Let's break down the key actions and why they're important. The video kicked off with an absolutely critical safety measure: removing the fuel pump relay and running the engine until it dies. This depressurizes the fuel lines, preventing fuel from spraying everywhere when you disconnect components. A crucial step for both safety and cleanliness. Next, to gain sufficient access, the battery was disconnected and removed. This isn't just about clearing space, it also disconnects power to prevent accidental shorts while working on electrical components. Following that, some hoses were gently moved aside, which is a common theme in engine bay work, always making sure you have enough room to operate without straining or damaging other parts. The video then showed how to disconnect the electrical connector from the sensor. Before unscrewing anything, a smart move was placing rags under the sensor to catch any residual fuel. Even after depressurizing, a little leakage is common, so these rags help contain spills. The mechanic then used a 12mm open-end wrench to hold the fuel rail steady and a 15/16" deep socket to carefully unscrew the old sensor. When installing the new sensor, the video highlighted another important tip from all data: applying engine oil to the threads. This helps ensure a smooth installation, prevents galling, and aids in achieving a proper seal when tightened. After hand-threading the new sensor to prevent cross-threading, it was carefully snugged into place. Finally, everything was reconnected in reverse order: the sensor connector, the relocated hose, the fuel pump relay, and finally, the battery. Overall, the process shown is very practical and focuses on getting the job done safely and efficiently. The tools used were basic, making this a DIY-friendly repair for many home mechanics. Now, for my critical take on this repair video. What I really liked about this video was its directness and emphasis on safety. The initial steps of depressurizing the fuel system and ensuring the engine is cool are paramount and were clearly communicated. Placing rags under the sensor is a small but vital detail that prevents a mess and potential hazards. The visual clarity of each step, from removing the battery to using the specific wrenches, was excellent, making it easy to follow along. The close-up shots helped identify the exact location of the sensor and the tools being used. However, there are a couple of points where the video could be enhanced. While the video mentions applying engine oil to the threads, as per all data, it would be beneficial to briefly explain why this is recommended. It's primarily to prevent thread galling, ensure a proper seal, and allow for accurate torque application. Speaking of torque, I would have loved to see a specific torque specification for tightening the new sensor. Over-tightening can strip threads, and under-tightening can lead to leaks, so a precise torque value is always ideal for such components. Another minor point is the pacing. At times, it felt a little rushed through some of the steps, especially the reassembly. A slightly slower pace with more verbal cues could benefit absolute beginners, and while the video effectively shows how to replace it, it doesn't cover the diagnostic steps to confirm the sensor is actually bad in the first place, which is a key step before undertaking the replacement. Though, credit where credit is due, the video does hint at another video for that diagnostic process. In conclusion, this is a solid, practical guide for replacing a low fuel pressure sensor. It covers the essential steps and safety considerations very well. With a few minor additions like torque specs and a brief why behind certain actions, it would be even more comprehensive. So, that wraps up our look at replacing a low fuel pressure sensor. Remember, while this video provides an excellent visual guide, always consult your vehicle's specific service manual for the most accurate and detailed torque specifications and procedures for your exact make and model. If you found this breakdown helpful, please hit that like button, subscribe to Fix and Cruise for more automotive tips and repairs, and let me know in the comments if you've tackled this repair before or have any questions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.